Hey, what do you say, Weekend Warriors? Today we're doing soup and a sandwich. It's gonna be Cubanos with a beer cheese soup. It's really easy to do, you're gonna love this. Let's start with the smoker today. I'm using my vertical pellet smoker and I'm cooking at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. You could also do this in your oven if you don't have a smoker or if you just don't wanna go outside. It's really cold out here today, so I wouldn't blame you. I'm using hickory pellets, get a good strong smoke flavor. And then if I pop this door open real quick, I'm gonna have a foil pan on the rack below to catch any juices. And that's also gonna help me keep my smoker nice and clean. Let me get this door closed. And so let's talk real quick about what is a Cubano or a Cuban sandwich. It's typically roast pork, some kind of a ham, Swiss cheese, mustard, and pickles. If you've never had it, it is really, really good. Whoever created it is a genius. But I'm changing it up a little bit today. So number one, I don't have Cuban bread. Clearly, I am not in Miami today, so the purists are just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna use a French bread instead. And then instead of ham, I'm gonna use some smoked kielbasa. So let's take a look at this pork real quick. This is a 5-pound bone-in pork butt that I marinated overnight in a Mojo style marinade. So it's real simple to make. It's a 1/4 cup of olive oil, a 1/4 cup of orange juice, about 3 tablespoons of calamansi lime juice. If you can't find this, just use regular fresh limes. 1 clove of crushed garlic, a handful of chopped cilantro, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, some kosher salt, and some cracked black pepper to taste. What's great about this, it's got some nice savory notes to it, but it also has that citrus. And the overnight marinade is really gonna pull those flavors deep down into the meat. And so you just wanna whisk it up, combine it. Then I put my pork in a Ziploc bag and poured the marinade over it. And then every couple hours, I'd come in the refrigerator and flip it over just so we got a nice, even marinade on that pork. And so from here, it's really simple. We're just gonna take it straight out of this bowl and put it into the smoker. Let's pop this door open. And here we go. Let's see if I can get this guy out of here without dropping it. There we go. So I've got it right above that pan, and I'll just go ahead and dump the rest of this marinade over top. There we go. Close the door. All right, so the game plan is we want to get about 4 hours of direct smoke time on this pork butt. So what I'm gonna do, about once an hour, I'm gonna come out and spray this with some apple juice. It's gonna give it a little bit more flavor and it's gonna keep it from drying out too quickly on us. And one of the things I really love about pellet smokers is I don't have to come out and manage this fire today. Normally, if this was my stick burner, I'd be out every 30 to 45 minutes to throw a log in the fire. Instead, this is gonna do all the work for me. We're gonna go inside and make that beer cheese soup. And this beer cheese soup is really simple. It starts with a heaping tablespoon of bacon fat, so you know that's gonna be good. 1.5 cups of diced carrots, 1.5 cups of diced celery, 1.5 cups of diced yellow onion. Then I'm gonna give it a quick mix here to make sure we get that bacon fat distributed across these vegetables. And I'm gonna let these sweat down a little bit, probably for about 5 minutes, mixing occasionally. Okay, now we're gonna do 3 cloves of crushed garlic. Put it through my crusher. To that, I'm gonna add some hot sauce, maybe about a teaspoon or a tablespoon. I'm not really gonna measure. A few crushed red pepper flakes, maybe 1/2 teaspoon. About a tablespoon of kosher salt and a tablespoon of coarse black pepper. Mix all of that goodness in here. Now I'm gonna add the beer. So use your favorite light beer. You could really use any beer you want. Darker beer is gonna have a much stronger flavor. Light beer, a lighter flavor. So I'm gonna use up some of my Height extra cold Korean beer. You want to add 1.5 cans or 18 ounces of beer, and then 3 cups of chicken broth. This is low sodium, just happens to be what I had on hand. And what I'm going to do is bring this up to a simmer over a medium-low heat. Just let it simmer for about 10 minutes. And now that the veggies and beer broth are over there off the heat, what we're going to do is take 1/3 of a stick of unsalted butter. I'm going to melt that down, and now we're going to make a roux. And as with any roux that I'm making for a cheese soup or a cheese sauce, I want to heat this butter up over a low heat. You don't want to brown it. If you do, you're going to have the milk solids, which will be kind of crunchy, and it's not going to give me the real smooth texture that I want for the beer cheese soup. So melt the butter slowly, and then you're going to add equal parts all-purpose flour. So this is 1/3 of a cup of flour to 1/3 of a cup of butter. And now we're going to mix it up. We're going to let this cook for maybe 5 minutes or so. We want to cook the raw flour taste out of this. For me, I know it's done when it starts to kind of smell like cookie dough. And we don't want it to get too dark either. It should be a nice blonde color. And I've got this roux right where I want it. It's been about 5 minutes, and we've cooked some of that flour taste out of there. So now what I'm going to do very slowly, I'm going to start adding in some whole milk. This is 4 cups total. And I'll do about a cup at a time. And you want to keep stirring until this thickens. Might take about 5 minutes. Okay, and this is just about to thicken where I want it. So I'm going to remove it from the heat. You really want to try not to let this come to a boil. And I've been stirring this constantly for almost 10 minutes. So we're good. This is getting nice and creamy. What I'm going to do now, I've got 24 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. You could use any kind of cheese you like. This was 3 of those 8-ounce blocks that I just cut into smaller strips to help them melt. And I'm going to start adding cheese a little bit at a time. I didn't use shredded cheese because they put an anti-caking agent on it and it doesn't melt as good. But if that's all you have, it'll be fine. So I'm just going to keep adding and stirring, making sure this melts. All right, so now we're back over onto the heat for the final step. This is what you want to see here. This is almost completely melted in. This right here would make an incredible cheese sauce if you weren't making a soup. You just wanted maybe some nacho cheese. You could kick it up a notch with some spices, but that's perfect right there. Now very carefully, we're gonna pour in our beer mixture. All those nice veggies. And with those red pepper flakes and hot sauce, it's gonna give it a nice kick, which is what I like in a soup. And we wanna bring this up to a simmer and cook it like this for about 10 minutes. But you can see how nicely this has come together now. Everybody's nice and happy in that pot. And as a finishing touch for me, you don't have to do this. I like to use my little boat motor here and blend this up. Just kind of make these vegetables nice and smooth, part of the mixture. Just be careful, it's very hot. And there we go. You don't have to get them all, but like anything else in life, the more effort you put into this, the better it's gonna be. So I'm just gonna put this on low to keep it warm. And let's go out and check on our pork butt. We are due for another round of spritzing. So it's been 2 hours total cook time so far. Get this open. Look at that guy. Man, that's looking good. So we're getting a little dried out around the edges. And the cure for that is a little apple juice. Just out of curiosity, let's see what we're looking at temp-wise. 117, 133 over there. So we're coming along pretty good. Let's get this door closed. I'm gonna come back in another 2 hours, see where we're at then. And we just hit the 4-hour mark. So 4 hours at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I just checked the internal temperature. It's around 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Look at that beautiful color on that. That's exactly what I want on a roast pork. It's looking really good, smells really good. That Mojo marinade we put on there. Look at that guy. So here's the next move. We're gonna double wrap this in foil. Wrap it real tight, and then we're gonna put it back in here for about an hour or until it's very, very tender. We want it to shred real easy. That usually happens around 200, 205 degrees Fahrenheit. And our smoked pork butt is almost ready to pull out of here. So what I'm gonna do, just move this pan over. I've got some smoked, pre-cooked kielbasa that we're gonna reheat. This will probably take about 20 minutes. And then what we'll do is I'll get all this inside. I'm gonna slice up the sausage here to get it on the sandwich. We're gonna pull the pork, and then we'll build our Cubanos. All right, I just turned off the smoker. It is freezing cold out there. Soup and a sandwich never sounded better. So what we have here is a French bread loaf. You know, the kind that they don't make in France, but they sell in your grocery store. It's not Cuban bread, I know, but this will do. And even if you don't have French bread, you could do this on a hamburger bun. You could do it on a hoagie roll, whatever you want. It's your house, your rules. So first things first, I'm gonna cut this right down the middle. And then we're gonna split each one of these in half. Make 2 giant Cubanos out of this. And now the first thing I'm gonna do, which might seem a little strange, is I'm gonna butter the outside of the bread. I'm doing it now because if I try to do it after I load this up with all that meat and cheese and stuff, it's gonna be really difficult to flip that over. So butter these first, and then the next step is completely optional. I want to put a little bit of a toast on the inside. It's just gonna help spreading the mustard and just give us some different textures as we build this thing. So I'm putting this on a panini press that I have. If you don't have a panini press, it's not a big deal. You can just get out your cast iron pan, anything hot to put a toast on this. Throw it in the oven, whatever you gotta do. So I'm gonna let this go for maybe 2-3 minutes just to crisp it up a little bit. And that's probably pretty good. I just want a little bit of crispiness, and I wanna get it warm because that's gonna help melt our cheese a little bit. So let's get these off of here. First thing that goes down is Dijon mustard. Get a nice healthy layer of this on each side of the sandwich. Just like that. And now the bottom bun is gonna get some dill pickle spears that I've cut into some thin slices to make it easier to eat. So get these on there. Next thing to go down is gonna be the smoked kielbasa. And now some of that smoked Mojo pork butt that turned out absolutely incredible. Nice smoke roast on that, so we got all kinds of flavor. Top it off with some Swiss cheese. I think we'll get 2 slices on each of these. Looking good. And now I'm going to very carefully transfer this masterpiece to the panini press. I'm just gonna do 1 sandwich at a time. Get the lid on there. And now we close the lid and pray. Let's hope it turns out okay. And after about 5 minutes, if the panini gods are happy with us, oh, that's what I'm talking about. Let me get this off of here. Ooh. Here we go. Let's get this one off. And here we go. I am gonna cut this in half. This is a massive sandwich. So let's go right down the middle. Listen to how crispy that is. And there you go. Looks awesome. So now the only thing we're missing is the soup, a spoon. Look at that. I love doing the soup this way. All those vegetables kind of got pureed in there. They're a little chunky still, but very nice beer cheddar soup for a cold winter day. Let me get a bite of this. Oh yeah, that tastes really good. The beer comes through, the cheddar comes through. A little bit of a heat from those red pepper flakes and hot sauce. That's awesome. And now let's get a bite of this sandwich. Here we go. I am so sorry to do this to you, but here goes. This sandwich is all about flavor and the duality of the crunchy bread and all the soft meat on the inside, the mustard and the pickles going with that pulled pork, the smoked kielbasa instead of ham. You know what? I think I should dip this into the soup. And before I take a bite, if you like this recipe, hit that subscribe button right there. You see that little pop-up? And definitely go check out one of my other 2 videos right there. And I'll see you over there.